Hello, welcome to Speak Up. Yes, it's a program brought to you to raise awareness on social and economic issues facing young African people in Africa. Yes, Africa to be precise. And then if you're feeling lonely, you're depressed, you're teary, you're feeling unwanted, don't bottle anything you're going through. Don't bottle it all up. Speak up because there's someone out there that would actually learn from your story and then your story would touch. So today, yes, I am Bomioki and I have with me here.
Hi, I'm Kimi Ebisine.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, so today, um, this saga with Baba Ejisha molesting a young girl, like he's really rampant on social media, and I've been seeing a lot of posts and everything, and people have been talking and then been hearing their views. So I would really like us. I would like you to. You're a mother, so like you should share your views. For me, I feel that there's a grassroots to all these things. There's a source from where it comes from. And then so I want us to talk about the grassroots and then how to curb it. Because sexual and gender-based violence, child molestation is something that's been in existence in a very long time. So to your take so that we can.
So, this is a very, very serious issue. I must
Yeah.
say and unfortunately, it is rampant. I was looking at the United Nations World Health and World Health Organization statistics, and it says about the number that it's an alarming rate. About 80% of people are currently have currently or one time or the other been sexually and molested. They've had to go through gender-based or sexual abuse of one form. So it's actually a really serious case. So the main thing, like we said, the story of Baba Jesha is right there. But well, it's fat corner, and what we always want to do is to teach. We want to be able
Yeah.
to we want to
Teach,
teach, we want to
educate
be
people,
able
yeah.
to educate people on how
And then
to
we're not being judgmental, like we're not
no,
judging
no, no.
anybody
We're
here. Yeah.
actually not judging
Mm,
anybody. We just want to teach our own quarter of what we think is right.
yeah.
The root cause of it is, I must say, is the home. It always starts from the home.
Mm,
It's always because like earlier on, like we were talking earlier on, so many times the people who actually molest people, the children, are always from the home. They are the
yeah.
family, they are the friends you've
Yeah, the
trusted. Those ones,
uncles,
it
aunties.
happens outside, but the cases of it happening from the home is more. And
Yeah.
it's because of that fact that it comes from the home. It's why parent, mothers, fathers, uncles, aunties, guardians of children has the biggest role to be able to crop
Yeah,
this thing.
yeah.
The
And then
first
I think the first set of people that really need to even curb it are now the mother of that child and the father of that child, because an uncle said uncles who molest, aunties molest. I've seen a
yes,
case where I had a friend of mine told me that the guy, like, he's a matured guy, though he's married now, but before he got married, anything on that skirt in a day he would always want to sleep with a girl. Now he wasn't like she was asking that why, what could be the problem. He now said while he was growing up that his hands used to molest, used to sleep with him and all of that. So he got addicted to sex. Now it's not just sexual and gender based violence, it's not just prominent alone with the female alone. For me, I realized that it is happening to the guys. And then, for female, it's more obvious to the female because maybe with time, maybe some of them get pregnant, some of them get unwanted pregnancy and all of that. But the men, now it's affect them psychologically. Nigeria is a place where we don't have therapists, we don't have all these psychological people, like unlike in Western countries where you can actually come out and say, oh, I am a sex addict and I need help. But here in Nigeria, who would you go and meet? They would even tag you to be that, oh, you are sick. And they will tell you, any somebody will be like, church, you need to go to church, you need to go for deliverance, you need to go for prayer, and all of that. So, like, we just tag it to something different, and we feel as if it's a disease, it's something bad, and it's something that it's, because it happens, just like what you said now, that it is from home. Like that means their parents at some point they just forgot about they forgot to take care of their children. That's some of the series that we did where we talk about childbearing, that's growing up with
yes,
children that
we actually
mothers,
talked
yes,
about talking to
yeah,
your children. Some
yeah,
parents don't even, their children cannot even come to tell them that they've been molested. The
yeah.
fear of, oh, this man has touched me, or this lady is touching me decently. They cannot even come and tell their
And then
parents because
sometimes
of the way the
it
parents
happens
is
to in
treating
school
them.
because some teachers to sleeps with their students. Teachers to do that. Teachers molest students. They'll tell you that, okay, let me be rubbing your pennies. And of course, a small child, they will feel it because they're human beings. And then so the sensitive parts of the body, that's the male organ, the female organ, I feel that the mother, the parents should be able to, like let them know this part. Like there was a video I did that I mentioned penis, and then a friend of mine told me that I'm not supposed to say it, and I'm like, okay, but now if I want to, if okay, let's say now my son wants to tell me that my teacher, God forbid, okay, my son, I don't have a child yet. Okay, it's all like you that you're a mother. Now, okay, your son comes to me and tell you that, mommy, one of my auntie tried touching me. And then, of course, because you have this close rapport with them, they should be able to tell you it is penis, like it is part of the body. It is breast, it is part of the body. So it's not like we should be, I don't know, we should be scared to really say it. Like, it all depends on how you say it. For me, I feel that it depends on how you say it, not like maybe you're saying it in an abusive way. No, but you're saying it to bring out a point. You're saying it to bring out a point, or to tell someone to report a case to someone. So that means that you'll be able to say it how it is, or tell you how it is, that without nobody judging me, or without anyone judging me. Because I feel okay, Baba Ijesha's case now, yes, of course, maybe someone like him now is something that he's been doing before now, and then say maybe he was even molested, that there was no help, because this is Africa, this is Nigeria, where we don't have such therapies where you can easily go out there. At least I've seen most of all these Western movies where you see, I'm a sex addict, they easily go out there, and then you have other people, or drug addicts, you have other people, like-minded people, that will sit down together, and then they'll tell you, this is what I've been doing to curb it, this is what I've been doing to, and this is how I started being a drug addict. Probably some of them will say is low self-esteem and all of that. And I think, yes, there's this one I remember too. Now, sometimes the parents don't tell their kids how beautiful they look, that they are beautiful, that they are wonderfully made. And I think when they hear those assuring words, so it will curb it, so it will help again too with that too. Because some child have low self-esteem. When the man tells them outside that you don't know you're very beautiful, you don't know you're this, then they'll be like, oh really? And my mom used to tell me, my father used to tell me, and then they just get all carried away. Or maybe gifts too, like buying your children gifts, taking them out. It doesn't have to be plenty, but it could be small little things that it won't really. Though of course, there's some children that you get to do all this too, but that's where it comes to, saying it as it is, like telling them how it is, like calling a spade, like I would always say. Yeah, so.
Yes. And one more thing, I think some parents are too trusting. Really. You just let come into your child. You don't want to double check. See, it's gotten to the point that you have to double check even your brothers or your sisters. You have to double check everyone, just not because you don't trust them, but some of these people who are child molesters, it is a psychological problem. They cannot help it. It's not that they hate you. It's beyond their control. So parents themselves need to actually go to that extent of actually being to verify, question your children, talk to your children, pay attention. In this case of Baba Ijesha, it is surprising because she said it happened 7 years ago and you did not know. You left the house for how many minutes? She said she didn't leave the house for so long, but you came back and you didn't realize that because you didn't pay that attention. If you leave a man and you're a young girl at home, when you come back, you go and find out how is she doing? Is she in a good condition? Because that 7 years ago would not be repeating itself. She would have been able to see it quick enough before the fact is repeating itself. So parents sometimes need to pay attention.
And then,
pay attention to your children. See what they are doing. Paying attention is the main thing. And trust a little less than you would. Just be able
and then
to trust.
Oftentimes too, they try to check their phones, they try to check their bag. Like for me, while I was growing up, I went to boarding school. If I get back home during holidays, my mom would check my bag, she would check my clothes to know if I took other person's clothes. So for me, I would even be scared because I wouldn't want to even take somebody else's clothes. I know my mom would check my bag, so she'll know, okay, I didn't buy this for you at the beginning of the term. I didn't buy this one for you. I think then checking their stuffs, checking what they do, like taking out time to check what they do, that is still boys to then and like teaching them in the way of the Lord, like in God's way. Now in the godly way, that they should dress moderately, because oftentimes there's some guys that they can't even control themselves once they see the body structure of a female, and then there's some girls too. So it's the same thing too, but at least they should, by the time they dress well. I saw some videos and some persons that have been judgmental a bit on social media, and I'm like, your kids don't even dress well, and then you're judging somebody else, and so it's all of us, like the lady that committed adultery in the Bible, that everybody was trying to stone. Now the stone didn't ask for the guy that even committed adultery with her. Now, And then everybody, even the ones that have done that sin before, today were trying to cast the stone. And then thank God that Jesus Christ was there, that he was able to tell them that if any one of you knows that you've not sinned. Now, so some of us, we have issues that we go through inside of us that will tend not to show. And then you realize that some of them that are shouting and are being judgmental, they are if you look at their kids, because they say, show me your friend, I'll tell you whom you have. Your child doesn't even dress presentable. Your child is dressed half naked. What are you teaching? So what are you teaching us? So I feel that parents should watch what they give, what they wear for their clothes, and what they wear on their children, or the clothes their children wear. And then they shouldn't say, oh, because she's growing up, oh no, she's now an adult, she's a teenager. No, you have to, because you are their guardian. So you have to watch them.
We're even talking of even from when they are quite little. This child molestation sometimes even start from, some people are molesting babies. You see it in social media. You're doing it, babies, and you're even wondering what is even attracting you to babies. But that is what I mean by this is psychological. It's not really the attraction thing so all the time. That's why parents need to be extra careful, and we need to talk to our children. Some I've heard cases where you see the case that the child comes to you to say, oh, this has happened. The father will not even ask, and immediately, yes, they just say shut up. They just start spanking the child. Next time the child will not come and tell you anything else again. So that time, by the time they are actually raped, they will not come to say it.
That's how the child start dying in silence. And at some point, some of them just go all out. And so I'm sure that
I watched a video just about some days ago, even before I saw this case, Baba Ijesha case on, and the lady was saying how it was the driver who was carrying the girl, and the driver always put his hand in the child. And when the child decided to go and sit in the back, he reported to the mother. The mother never even gave her a chance. That before she would say anything, the mom has already started beating her, and so she had to go and sit in the front seat. And that's how for years she would sit there, and the man kept molesting her every day. So let's go back to parents. This is speaking to all parents. And I use the word guardian and uncles because sometimes even the parents are not wise enough. As uncles and aunties, we can actually help these people.
But
as guidance, we could step in and help in. Yes, they do, but the job is on every one of us to pay attention to child. You pay attention. If the parents are slacking, as an uncle who is not the molester, who is God-fearing, you could step in and be able to help these children. Pay attention, speak to them. We talked about making your children your friend. That is the main thing. Your children are not they are not your rivals or people you want to be dominating. They are people you should be able to talk to. Your child should feel confident enough to come tell you things. And that is why sometimes this child molestation molesters get away with it, because the child is not confident to come tell the parents. So they keep quiet and they keep doing it. Yes.
And then some of them would even threaten them and tell you that if you tell your mommy, I'll beat you. Your mommy would even flog you. So I think it's just it. So that means parents seeing this, make sure your children are your best friend and pay attention to your children. Pay attention to your children. So watch out again thank you so much for listening and watching us. So watch out again for next week. So see you again next week. Have a wonderful, enjoy the rest of you. Have a blessed week and happy new month. Yes, happy new month. It's the first Sunday
happy new month to everyone.
May. Yes, all right.
So bye.
Bye. Yeah.